Breaking news in the BKFC, folks. It popped off today. Major announcement for Knuckle Mania 6, which is next Saturday night in Philly. The fight between Yoel Romero and Lorenzo the Juggernaut Hunt has been canceled because Yoel Romero has a cold. And I'm not going to sit here and poke fun at the situation, but I mean, I'll just keep it a buck. There are some trees that you don't want to climb, and I think the closer that we got to this fight with Lorenzo Hunt and Yoel Romero, Romero thought it was a bad idea. Now, Yoel Romero has posted that he had the flu before his RAF wrestling match that he lost. And then a few weeks, and then he caught the flu worse. And I'm not going to question whether or not that's true or not, because this is bare knuckle fighting, and this fight realistically was not going to go the distance. Even if it did, I would think that Romero would have the cardio ability to fight somebody for 5 rounds that are 2-minute rounds. But that said, Yoel Romero pulls out, and we have a new opponent, and it's none other than the one and only pound for pound king of the BKFC, Dave Redneck Mundell. Yes, Dave Redneck Mundell has decided to step up on a week's notice. Now, I'm going to presume that this has been in the conversation now for a couple of weeks and wasn't just decided yesterday. But I'm going to guess it was a couple of weeks because then you're talking about the flu situation with Romero. That's been a few weeks already. And Redneck has decided to really put himself to the test and face the double champ Lorenzo the Juggernaut Hunt, who just came off of a devastating knockout of Josh Dyer. We're going to talk about this one because this is massive news, man. Welcome back, everyone, to another edition of Combat Corner, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. I am your host, Rudy Rodriguez. Show hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Ring that bell, leave your comments. Appreciate y'all continued support of the channel. Let's jump on this thing, man. Before we do, I want to give a shout out to the sponsors of our show, Natalie Lopez, attorney at law. When life hits harder, the law firm of Natalie Lopez hits back harder. Practicing in the areas of criminal defense and family law. She can be reached at 954-888-8833. That's 954-888-8833. And also on Instagram at nat.guilty. She will fight for you. Also, shout out to Ralph Sanchez Law, practicing in the areas of personal injury, slip and fall, motor vehicle accidents, premises liability, negligent security, trucking accidents, wrongful death, birth injury, brain injury, all the different types of injuries. Any injury matter that you may have, you can give a call to Ralph and his team at 305-574-9302. 305-574-9302. Ralph is based out of Southwest Miami. He and his team will fight for you. You can reach him or his team, Ralph, Enrique, and the rest of the crew over at Ralph Sanchez Law. Thank you to both of you for your sponsorship of our show. Let's jump in on this bad boy because the announcement was made today by Dave Feldman. Humongous announcement, obviously. And we're going to jump in on this thing right here. As you can see, the image on the screen. There you go. There it is. It is official. It is official. Lorenzo the Juggernaut Hunt and Dave Redneck Mundell. What weight class are they fighting at? That is the one thing I don't see. But this is what Yoel Romero had to say. Unfortunately, I have to withdraw from my scheduled fight against Lorenzo Hunt at Knucklemania 6 due to a very strong strain of the flu. During my weight cut for RAF, I felt my immune system was low and I was feeling very weak. I'm sorry. I understand, but that's also a case of the guy is about to be 50 years old, so that could have something to do with it. A few days after my January 10th RAF match, for which he lost, I started to experience severe flu symptoms. I'm extremely disappointed, but I've been unable to train, and I need to make my health a priority. I look forward to returning to action to face Lorenzo Hunt at a later date, which is already in the works by BKFC. I have heard of the dates that they're looking at, and they'll be able to announce them when the time is right. Because at the end of the day, we don't know if it really will happen. I think we're going to get I think we will. I think we'll find out a lot next week based on how this fight turns out, if Yoel Romero would like to actually have that fight or not. Nonetheless, this was the decision that Yoel Romero made, and I'm told that it had the BKFC was involved in the conversation, and they kind of actually pulled him. But again, neither here nor there. I never thought this fight was going to happen to begin with. I figured that this was going to happen. I expected a pullout from Romero, and it ain't personal. But this is the reality of the fight business in bare knuckle fighting. These aren't regular situations. These aren't regular people. And the fact remains is that bare knuckle is different than boxing or MMA. There is a different element to it, and I think when you see the type of fighter, that you have a guy like Lorenzo Hunt, who hits like a tank, who pulls knockouts out of his what whenever he seems to want to, which is what makes him so unbelievably dangerous, is that he can come out with knockouts out of the sky type of thing. And his ability to recover is second to none. You do not see that recovery ability. You don't see him failing to recover. He recovers very quickly. And I think this is gonna be one hell of an experience. I think this. I think the reality is that you see that from Hunt, and I don't know that Yoel Romero really wanted that. I wasn't impressed with his first fight, and if he fought like that versus Lorenzo Hunt, he would get knocked out. I'm not supposed to give my opinions in this to the level like this. I don't care. I give them. I mean, this is not a disrespect. This is not a disrespect to any fighter at all, because I don't do that. But what I can tell you is I do have opinions on who I think are going to win fights, and if I think someone's going to win a fight, I'm going to say it. And I think people need to get out of their sensitivity of. I think they got to get out of being sensitive about everything, and understand that, look, people are going to make predictions. So I do hope the fight does happen. I hope it happens. I just don't really expect it to. I just don't expect it to. And that's my God honest opinion. I just don't expect it to happen. Now, trying to find something real quick. Now, let me bring this back up, actually, because look at some of the comments here. And I was looking for the video where Dave Feldman announced it today, but I can't find it real quick, so I apologize. But you got Full Blast Clothing, one of Dave Mundell's sponsors, built for this. Going to be a war. Redneck, Reddit, BKFC, battle for #1 pound for pound. Love it. Platinum Mike Perry, see you in Philly. And then the comments come back to Mike Perry and Lorenzo Hunt. He doesn't avoid the words. He says, "I'm gonna beat his ass and I'm gonna beat your ass." Then it was, who else got beat with Platinum Mike Perry? I'll take care of it. Then another one. Let's see what else. Oh, here someone says Platinum Mike Perry. Both these can and will beat your ass. Someone says Mike Perry, you got the winner. Mundell's earned it, and with this win. Another one says Mike Perry, come say hi to your fans. Section 101, row 1. Blah blah blah. You got another comment here. Let's go, big dogs for Papa G. Michael Larimore, the Juggernaut Hunt saying he's basically taking a nap. You got the coaches up in that area for I think those are the coaches for Redneck Mundell. Let's fucking go. Paul Pickett Podcast Fire. Joy Boy champion at 135. Yo, this is one fans have been waiting for. Here's my comment. This is fucking insane. Juggernaut, y'all want to see a dead body? That's the Boys in the Hood reference. Oh my goodness, that's hilarious. That's so funny. These comments are classic. You got your accident, that's Victor Demesman of All In Management with a big face. AJ, the biggest BKFC fighter at 135. Let's fucking go. Bare-knuckle Bandito dodged the bullet. And so on and so on. Like they got some comments. Everyone's up for this fight, no question. If I'm just reading all these comments right here. This is gonna be crazy, people, man. But here's what I want to share with y'all. This was today. I'm presuming this was on the Bare-Knuckle show today. They got Mundell and they got Lorenzo Hunt on there, and I'm gonna try to get at least one of these guys on. I want to get Lorenzo Hunt on. Mundell don't like to talk very much. I think that's one of the things that Mundell's got to work on. He got to work on his promo ability, man. Seriously, like that sells tickets, brother. Like you had the when he was along with me, he had the angry interpreter who was fantastic. I thought that was funny as hell. And something that he should do more often, in my opinion. I'm sorry, I'm yawning. I'm so sleepy. It's almost 2:00. It's 2:00 in the morning, man. I never sleep, people, man. I'm so sorry. But this is crazy what he said. Listen here.
Hospital. You don't understand that? Out. I guarantee I'm not calling a knockout. I'm not calling nothing. For you, for your squad, for all the bullshit I've been through with your coach. Bro, Jihad got you put in the hospital. If he made this fight for you, he hates you, bro. He set you up. You're going to the fucking hospital. Why would you jump in between me?
Maybe to visit to make sure you're still doing all right, dog. But I ain't worried about you.
Listen,
you ain't even gonna be able to find my ass.
Listen, I'm a coward, and my skills are basic. Would you fight Yoel Romero? Would you fight Nick Terrell?
Let's talk some numbers.
Gustavo? Would you fight Gustavo?
Gustavo was my training partner. I fought him every day in the gym.
Would you fight him for money? Would you fight him? No.
Nah, that's my boy.
Guys,
it's a little bit different there.
We're different, bro. Listen, you're going directly to the hospital. This was a ending. You must have needed a check real bad. When they told me Dave Mundell took the fight with me, I was like, who? What? You're going to the.
So that's what they had back and forth today. As you can see, Lorenzo does most of the talking, and Dave doesn't say a whole lot. Dave's a savage. Lorenzo's a savage. It's gonna be one hell of an interesting fight. It's a style fight, realistically, in my opinion. It's a style fight. Oh yeah, what I was looking for is I want to see what this weight. What are they fighting at? Because Hunt was getting ready to fight Yoel Romero at like 210. So I'm just curious to see you're only a week out, and as I said, that's why I think this thing had to be in the works, and the conversation was already going on, because I can't imagine they're fighting this fight at cruiserweight. Is Dave going to weigh 205? Is he going to weigh 20? No, cruiserweight is what weight? Shit, middleweight, 175, light heavyweight. So they're going to fight at 205. Yo, that's wild. I mean, if they're fighting at 205, that's interesting, for real, for real. So now I got to wonder about the speed of Mundell, if the added weight will affect him speed-wise. But that's pretty wild to me. They're fighting at 205 from what it says here. It could be a misprint. You never know. But they're fighting at 205. And that's above both guys' weight class. I mean, look, Hunt was the former cruiserweight champion. He's 12-2. Mundell's 10-1. There's a slight height advantage. There's a slight reach advantage for Hunt. The power advantage is definitely for Hunt. The speed advantage, people would probably argue, is for Mundell. His footwork is probably better. He's probably a little bit quicker. That's why he said you won't be able to catch me. Well, we don't want to watch Mundell do his run. So I'll leave it there. We don't want to watch Mundell run. And I don't think he will. I don't think you can, really. But this fight is very, very interesting. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen here. I got my opinion, and I'll give it next week when I do my preview of this fight card. But this is gonna be some exciting stuff, man. I don't think Yoel Romero wanted to fight Hunt. I really don't. I'm like, it's not about being scared. It's about if you don't think you could win. And I think that's when people talk about being scared. I think the reality is I think some people know in certain situations they're probably not going to win, and they'll look for an out. again, not about being scared. It's about you want to win. And I don't believe Yoel Romero had any chance to beat Lorenzo Hunt, personally. I just don't. Not from what I saw. He looked slow. He looked sluggish. He was not impressive at all in his BKFC debut. So yeah, I don't think he has a great chance to win this fight, personally. That's just my opinion. I don't think he had a great chance to win that fight. That's why I think he, took the out when he could. Maybe we'll see it in the future. But right now, we got a pound for pound king of the BKFC, and is going by the name of Lorenzo Juggernaut Hunt against Dave the Redneck Mundell. It's a humongous announcement. I mean, this is a bigger fight than the main event. They should probably flip this into the main event, if you ask me. It's just my opinion. But this card is absolutely stacked and loaded, and I cannot wait for it next week. We will be live for it right here, but we'll have some information coming up, and hopefully we can get Lorenzo Hunt on the podcast before fight week, because once he's in fight week, you don't want to deal with that bullshit. So hit the like button, leave your comments. What do you think of this fight announcement? What are y'all thoughts? Who do you think is going to win? Leave your comments about who you picked to win this fight, and I'll be up talking about this fight next week, that's for sure. But that's it for now. This is Combat Corner, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. Come on now.
Up and down through the blood and the sweat. Guarantee you can know I'm a threat. Up and down through the blood and the sweat. And I ain't close to being done yet, I'm going all in. Yeah, I'm going all in. And I ain't close to being done yet, I'm going all in. Yeah. They know I'm going all in. Through the blood and the sweat, y'all know me close to being done yet, I'm going all in. I've been down from the jump. Ain't no love lost, we just really doing us. Go and take your seat, looking silly getting up. Y'all know what it is, let me tell them what it was. It was 24/7 on